Hello, let's do connections for Sunday, August 31st. This is kind of interesting. They have drum and bass right next to each other, which are obviously musical instruments, but they also have bass and fish right next to each other. So which one is bass or bass? Huh. Does is an interesting word. It's just a verb, like somebody does something. Like, it's so generic. Maybe it's does? Like, is this the plural form of doe? Like the female deer? Or is a doe a juvenile deer? I always forget which one it is. So I'm actually not sure. Huh. I mean, if it's does, we also have fish and bass. And I don't see any other animals. Coordinate is obviously to work with somebody. Or it could be a specific location, like a coordinate on a map. You can bash, blast, or roast somebody. This is to insult them. Flame? I mean, flame can mean that. Is there another one that would go in here? I don't think so. Let's try this as like to insult somebody. Criticize harshly. Okay, there you go. Fiddle is a musical instrument. I was thinking more like fiddle, like you're fidgety, you're fiddling. But it could go with drum and bass. But I don't see a fourth instrument anyway. I mean, you have board games, card games, dice games. Is there another game category? Chop, fiddle, coordinate, pieces. Pieces is a weird word to be in here. Axes? Or axes. Like axes on a map. So maybe that goes in with coordinate. But I don't see another one that would go with these three. Dice could mean to cut something, like chop. You dice something up. You don't do anything else with it. I don't see anything else. I mean, you can use axes to do that, but it's not the same thing. Well, no, axes, like, he axes something. It could mean that. It could be a verb. I was thinking the plural form of axe, but axes is also a verb. Drum can mean to hit something, but that's not quite the same. These is like, chopping means to, like, cut. You don't drum. Drum is more like with a blunt object. I'm seeing a few different things that might go together, but I'm just not finding a full category, so what are we doing here? Fish. You go fish. That is a type of card game. You can fish for information. It's like looking for something. Reese's Pieces. What is Pieces doing in here? Starts with pie. I'm not sure. What were the different types of drums that they had a red herring in here earlier in the week? It's like snare drum, something other drum. Snare is the one I remember. Steel drum, maybe? I'm really not seeing it. Chopstick, drumstick? Fiddlestick? Ooh, this could be blank stick. Fish stick. Okay. It's blank stick. Nice. Blank sticks. Okay, chopsticks. It was plural. Drumsticks, fiddlesticks, fish sticks. Well, yeah, you're going to have fish sticks. You're not just going to have one fish stick, right? I haven't had fish sticks in probably 20 years. It was a staple of my young childhood, was fish sticks. My dad swears he didn't do this, but every night my mom had to work late. Me and my brothers are convinced that he fed us nothing but tater tots and fish sticks. He denies it, though. We still have the potential game category. We have dice games, card games, board games, but it would just be card games, not cards games. Cards is plural, so that's interesting. I didn't really think about that. I'm starting to think this is axes, like the axes on a map. That would go with coordinate. Coordinate and axes are homographs, right? They're spelled the same, but they have different pronunciations. You can coordinate, or you have a coordinate, or you can coordinate. You have axes and axes. You have does and does, and then you have bass and bass. Are these just like homographs? I think that's what they're called, the ones that are spelled the same, words that are spelled the same but have different pronunciations and different meanings. Pieces, boards, cards, dice. I'm going to try that. It is heteronyms. I don't know if I've heard that phrase before. Heteronyms. Heteronyms. What's a heteronym? Each of two or more words that are spelled identically but have different sounds and meanings. I thought that was a homograph. What's a homograph? Homograph. Each or two more words spelled the same, but not necessarily pronounced the same and having different meanings and origins. Okay, so those are very similar things. So I was basically right. But homograph doesn't necessarily have to be pronounced different, whereas heteronyms are. Okay. So a slight difference. Very minor. Tiny little difference. And then you have dice, pieces, board, and cards. Does that have to do with games? Dice, pieces, board, and cards. I mean, lots of games have board, cards, and dice. And then pieces is so generic. I'm not sure what this is going for. Common components of board games. Okay, that seems very generic. I mean, I get what they're going for, but I don't know. Like, that's one of those ones that's so generic that it's hard to put together. But I guess I'm glad I thought of the heteronyms, even though I didn't know it was called that. And then the getting purple really helped me finish this one off. It was one of those ones that seemed tricky, but once you thought about it for a while, it all fell together, I guess. I don't know. 3.3 out of 5. Interesting. All right, let's check the bot. Ooh, another tough one. 45% solve rate, 5 out of 5 difficulty. 55% losing. Oof. It's a little better than yesterday. Yesterday, the none category, I think, was like at like 8% or something like that. At least when I checked it. Wow, look at this uniqueness. That might be the highest uniqueness I've ever seen for a perfect game. That's kind of nuts. 1 in 2,426. Interesting that green was first. I thought that one was so generic that it just didn't click for me in that way. I don't know. I guess that one was just me. Only 1% doing the heteronyms. That's a tough one to think of. Honestly, if I hadn't gotten purple already, I probably wouldn't have thought of that. I was just thinking of coordinate and coordinate and axes and axes because I kept wanting to put coordinate and axes together in some sort of map category. But whenever I said the words, I was saying it the other way, especially in my head. I had to remember to tell myself, no, say it this way. So that kind of got me thinking along that path. Just check ever. All right. Green, almost everybody's getting, like 87%. And then a bit of a drop down to yellow. And then obviously the problem with this one is purple and blue. So there's probably not a whole lot of people that got nothing. Let's check. Yeah, 9% got nothing, but 17% got green and then lost. And another 16% got green and yellow. And then yellow, green was 8, and then just yellow was 3. Just check the mistakes. Criticize harshly. Putting chop in there instead of what? Flame? Oh, yeah, flame was probably the least common of those 4 words. But chop doesn't make really any sense to me. Musical instruments? I mean, drum, bass, and fiddle, yes. Axes? I'm not super familiar with all the like random musical instruments, like the obscure ones, but I'd be shocked if there was one that was actually called axes, but I could be wrong. Drum, fiddle, chop, bass, bluegrass gear. I think that's just trying to find another musical instrument. Musical instrument really throwing people off. Roast, flame, chop, dice. Okay, cooking words. I can see that. But you kind of have 2 that are the same in chop and dice, and then another 2 that are the same. It's like two word connections in a bigger category. They don't really usually make categories like that. Destructive axe, chop, axes, blast, bash. Axes, yeah, like the verb. You axe something. Lay into. Just a lot of guessing between blue and purple down there. I think this is one of those ones where saying stuff out loud helped me out because I was wanting to say coordinate and axes differently. And if I was just thinking them, it probably wouldn't have clicked as well. But because I have to say it out loud to you guys, it kind of clicked better. So there are some advantages to actually speaking the clues out loud. All right, on to the mini. Hamilton was nominated for 16 of them in 16 Tonys. I think that's the musical one. Vegetable, you might wear cooking goggles to cut onions. Lizard that can detach its own tail. Oh, come on, I forget. Slightly off is a picture frame. Askew. Cunning. Sly. Rap on filming 300. Toga. Tip jar bills. Ones. Tiny shaving cuts. Nicks. country bumpkin, a yokel, and then snowy. Nice. I wasn't sure about Tony's, and I also wasn't completely sure about onion either. Gecko, and I didn't get this one at all, so getting this in 41 seconds is pretty good, I think. I'm surprised I was able to just think of askew as well. I never used that word. Did I miss any? I think I got them all. Yeah, this is the only one I couldn't think of, but I went through all the clues as I was doing it because I had to go through all the downs. Although I didn't actually get this last one. I just saw the S, N, W, and Y and it was like, okay, that's got to be snowy. But the actual clue was adjective that can precede owl or egret. Snowy owl, snowy egret. Oh, okay. Okay, on to pips. All right, on to the easy. So we have a 10 here. That's either got to be two fives. It's got to be two fives because we don't have a 6 and a 4. Well, we have a 6, but we don't have a 4. So there's going to be a 2. This is going to be the one, the 2 vertically. And then this one's got to flip around and go here. All right, under 20, I will take that every time. On to the medium. All right. This has got to be greater than 4, so that's got to be the 5 or the 6. This is greater than 6 in here, equals. What do we have 2 of? We have 2 1s and 2 4s. So we could do maybe this. And then the other 4 would have to go down here. And then we could do 2 1, that would be 7. And then this would be more than 6. What did I get wrong? This is greater than 6. This is greater than 6. What? Oh, this has to be greater than 6. What am I doing? I meant to do these ones this way. Oops, I meant to do it like this. Wait up, what? You know what? I'm kind of slow. Wait up, what's going on here? So this has to be greater than 4. This has to be greater than 6. So maybe the 1s go down here? Maybe it goes like this. Okay. Man, I was way off here. So this one would go like this, and then this one can go like this. That was bad. That was a bad medium. I completely messed that up. Alright, well, hopefully hard will be better. Alright, ooh, interesting puzzle. Let's make sure you guys can see all the dominoes. You can. Alright, we got a 5 here. How many 5s do we have? This 5 here. Do we have any others? Nope, so that 5's got to go there. In fact, ththese all have to be 6s in the storage box, because 4 times 6 is 24. We only have 4 6s, so this one's either going to have to go... Yeah, this one has to go like this, and then this one's going to have to turn around and go up here. Okay. We need a 0 up here. We need 5 equals in here. What do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s. How many of the other ones do we have? I don't think we have 5 of anything else. We have 1, 2, 3 3s. Yeah, I think the 4s are all going to have to go down here. So this one's probably going to have to go like this, 0 and 4. And then we're going to need another something and 4 in here. Don't know what yet. We need another 0 up here. This is the only 0 left. So if I'm right about this one, then this one has to go this way, which means we need the other ones in here, which means it's either the double one. I think it has to be the double one. I think it has to be, because we can't put this one in there. Yeah, it's going to have to go like this. And then we're going to need something else up here. Not sure what yet. All right. We're going to need a 4 in here, and this whole thing equals 4. So it's probably going to be the 4 and a 2 or a 4 and a 3. We could do a 4 and a 3, and we could do a 1 and a 2. Or we could do 2 2s. Do a 4 and a 2 like this. I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, I'm sure it's going to matter, but I'm not sure. Like, there's not an obvious choice. So let's go 1 2 here and see what that does. So we have 6 in here, and the entire purple has to be 13, so we still need 9 more. If we do the 4s, we're going to have to do the 4s like this. Can we get 9 more in here? This would be 6. Whoops. This would be 6 plus, that's 12, so no, that doesn't work. I didn't mean to do that. Where did that one go? Uh-oh. That was weird. Why did it disappear? Still some glitches in this game. Alright, how do I do this? I'm going to have to pull something out of here, because this doesn't make any sense right now. Maybe the 6 and the 5 don't go in here? Maybe it goes down here like this? No, that 6 and 5 has to go there. Because that's the only 5 on the board. And then these two 6s have to go sideways like this. That's the only way to fit them in there. So this one has to go up here like this. Has to. No other way to do it. So maybe this one doesn't go in here like this. Maybe the 1s are wrong. I don't think they are, though. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe this goes up here. Do we have another 2 with a bigger number on it? I don't think so. Do we have another 1 with a bigger number on it? We don't. So it's got to be 1, 2 here. So that's 6. And this 4, 2 still goes here. I'm not sure how we're doing this. I wish it was like a clear... Oh, I guess you can clear it. Okay. It was right there the entire time. This 5 and 6 has to go here. There's no other 5 on the board. So let's just do that. And you need all 4 of these to be 6s, and there's only 4 6s. So you can't stick this one here like this. You can't go vertically because you can't put anything here then. So this one's got to go horizontally. And this one has to go in here like this. It's the only way of doing this. All right. We need the 4s in here. Let's put a really small 4 over here. Unless I'm missing something, is there another number that can be in these equals? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. We have 1, 2, 3 3s. Yeah, the 4s have to go in here. So that means this 0 and 1 has to go, or 0 and 4 has to go here. Maybe I'm putting... We can't put this 4 here because it cuts off this spot. Same doing it this way. So this has to go in here like this. It's the only way. And then one of these 2 4s has to go right here. And this 0 and 1 has to go up here. It's the only way to put a 0 here. So these other 2 has to be... I'm right back in the same spot I was in earlier. I wish I had another 0 because then I could put a 4 in here. Well, no, I'd need another 4 to do that. I can't put this vertically to put the 3 in here because then that cuts off this space over here. Let's try this. So then we need a 1 in here. This doesn't really change anything, does it? This is 6. This is 6. That's 12. Wait up. Did I do something wrong? So I need 1 more. I just need a 1. How do I just get a 1? Wait up. That's 6. This would be 10. Oh, did I have it right the first time? Was I miscounting that 13? Was I just adding those incorrectly? I'll have to go back and watch. I think I might have messed that up. I should have done that a lot faster. Was I just adding the 13 incorrectly? Because I feel like I just did the same thing over again. And just realized that the 13 worked. Was I just adding incorrectly? I might have been. I don't know. I'm really tired. It's really late. I was at a football game earlier tonight and I got back. It's really late. In fact, I thought about just waiting till tomorrow and putting out my videos late tomorrow. But I decided to try and get them in tonight like I normally do. And yeah, my brain is not operating at 100% efficiency at the moment. Well, if you're enjoying the videos, please leave a like and subscribe and let me know how you did on all the puzzles today.